Hello there, my name is Michael, and welcome back to Neverwinter Nights, the Saga of Aielund. I am a level 3 bard half-elf, and we have just finished up doing a quest for the mayor of this tiny little town because of a mysterious flooding that has taken place across the land, hinting at dark things to come as the balance of nature is not capable of withstanding the dark forces that are gathering to assault this entire planet. But that is for a future quest. Right now, we are off to kill the bandit leader of a nearby sort of wilderness area between this town and eventually get to the much larger town of Culdene. So let's talk to this guy. What do you want? I have orders from the mayor. Yes, that all seems to be in order. Let me open the door for you, but watch your back out there. I intend to. Okay, we're gonna go kill this bandit leader. I don't believe, if I remember correctly, that this is a particularly difficult guy, but as I am playing as kind of a weak, squishy, arcane spellcaster type character, maybe it's going to be more difficult than I imagine. Now let us head over to the far right. I have played the Saga of Aielund before, of course, so I know kind of what to do and where to go. Oh, I don't have my saves completely done. You know what? I'm going to chance it and see if I can get out there without resting and recouping some of my spell points and just hoping I can do this. Maybe not such a great idea, but I'm going to try it anyway. So let us head up here, and we have to kill the bandit chief, who's obviously sort of like a mini-boss type character, but there are a bunch of bandits, including archers, running around here in the woods, taking advantage of the chaos of the fact that the King of Aielund has decided to leave the country and attack a nearby nation because he believes that they are obstinately not allowing him to defend the entire planet against a very serious threat. So most of the soldiery, the experienced soldiers, are out of the country, and everyone is kind of coming to grips with the fact that they have to defend themselves. And I'm going to use my bard song. I don't need to actually have an instrument playing just to start this. And then what the bard song does is just gives a buff to me and all of my companions, and I believe any summoned creatures that I might have. There's the Bandit Captain, and I'm going to try to use this Burning Hands potion against him, and it did do some damage, which is nice. And I wonder if I can daze him. He may be too powerful for that, but I'm going to try it anyway. I probably should have ordered my cleric here to do her, Ooh, uh-oh. My ranger's getting close to dying. That's not good. Quick, get him. Can't quite get him. He's using his potions, thankfully. Let's see if I can use Alchemist Fire on this guy. Might do a bit of damage, but he seems pretty darn tough. I think that might be a +1 greatsword the Bandit Captain is using. So I hope to get that and give it to Dante. There we go, we killed him, but we could still possibly be killed, I'm going to quick save here, by his bandit compatriots that are running around here. I believe that is perhaps a +1 greatsword. I'm going to give that to Dante here. It's a lot better than the crummy longsword that he was using. I'm going to take that for myself, even though I can't use it. I'll probably sell it later on. Nalise cannot use longswords, by the way, either. Ooh! You know, I've played Neverwinter Nights so many times, I joke to myself that I actually have the lore ability. Like the skill lore, which allows you to identify items, I actually have that in real life with this game, because I've played it so often, and I know, I'm almost certain that these boots are bardic slippers, which is something that only a bard could use, and considering I am a bard, that's pretty sweet. Ooh, loot bag, I like the sound of that. And blast, bull strength, not really all that important. So let us just go and take care of some of these other bandits, because I think they're going to harass us with archery if we do not. I kind of feel like the game designer intended us to go up the road, encounter bandits somewhere around the middle, and then turn right and get to the bandit leader. But I've always just immediately hugged the right wall. Even before I knew what to do, I just lucked out and decided to do that. So Let's see if we can find any. There should be more bandits here. I don't know where they are. They must be at some other section of the map. There's, I think this is supposed to be this pile of broken furniture has, like, been set up by the bandits to kind of block the road so they can come out and attack. Oh, there we go. There's a bandit. I guess they must be stealthed because there are sneaky pants rogues. Come on, kill him. Take him down. There we go. Okay. And... have any good stuff on them? No. They have crummy items. Rusty short sword, copper ring. None of that stuff is really all that good. I think if you actually attack this stuff and bash it, you might bizarrely... yeah, you get experience points for doing that. Don't ask me why. You just do. So let's take a further look around here. Oh, there's a Bandit Archer. See him. Not exactly sure what weapon I want to go for, because I feel like I want to... I was thinking maybe of going as an arcane archer, but ultimately, though, as I said archer in the last video, archery is kind of gimped in the game and does not work nearly as well, and I think it might be better, even if I'm a mage, to specialize in some kind of melee weaponry. I know there are certain special items just for bards that allow you to get weapon proficiency in rapiers, although I've never really liked rapiers as weapons. I think that they're a little bit beyond the medieval era. I don't remember when a rapier-style weapon was first created, but I feel it was sort of like perhaps among the early modern era more than... uh-oh, Dante's dead. Great, you just had to go and die, didn't you? Huh? Gonna have to reload, probably. Unless I can miraculously kill these guys, which I don't think I can. Nope, okay. Well, that's okay, we didn't save that long ago. But, as I was saying, I think the rapier, I mean, it feels sort of like swashbuckler-ish, but the swords of the era roughly of the Crusades, which began around 1099 AD, and lasted for maybe another century and a half, were a little bit thicker, heavier, a little bit more primitive than the swords that came later. I feel like that ambush by bandits was really more supposed to come before we reached the bandit leader. Do I have to go... hold on, do I have to go back to Braxford to turn in? I should bring... oh yeah, I think the mayor of Braxford is ordered to clear the road, I agree, but... oh yeah, I think I actually have to go back to the mayor of Braxford to give him the bandit's head in order to complete that quest, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to head on to Culdney in just a minute. Where was that guy? There. I think my companions have much better spot ability because they can see the bandits much quicker than I can and rush out to fight them. Okay, kill that guy. I wonder what powers those bardic slippers have. And I'm gonna, get bizarre free experience by destroying this this wall there. Okay, and I'm just gonna go straight to the town. There's some stuff we can do in the town as well that I think is a little bit easier than fighting that mob of bandits, or we could just avoid them when we go back. There's a lot more stuff to do in Culdney and around here anyway, and I want to have those bardic slippers identified. Oh, do I have to talk to this guy? Welcome to Culdney. Oh, okay. I don't need to go through some sort of check with him. Good. I think here, this ox cart, this little halfling guy, he can actually charge us to fast travel back to Braxford, so we won't need to really worry about going past those bandits anyway. So let us head over here to the Culdney House of Exotics. And I like there's this little foreshadowing thing in here that's kind of neat. This little device that seems like some sort of bizarre little gadget is actually a foreshadowing of something that happens much later in the game. Welcome! Here you'll find all sorts of strange and exotic goods from distant places. Not to be offensive, but I haven't seen many gnomes around here. What brings you to this part of the country? Dude, why you gotta bring race into it like that? Well, my old business back home dried up, so I decided to head for a distant land where I can make a fresh start. So you came here then? Yep, making a name for myself around here too. It's one of the few gnomish traders in the whole kingdom. What is that strange device? Ah, if I tell you, but I'd be giving up my trade secrets, friend. It looks pretty impressive. Doesn't it, though? I discovered it on my journey from my homeland to the south. It's the cornerstone of my business. So you're not going to tell me what it is. I can see if you're, I can see it's piqued your interest. I won't divulge its purpose. It's not good business sense. Can I interest you in any of my other wares? I'm a bard. Yes, persuade really well to swear to keep it as a hush-hush. It brings in the customers, it makes pretty lights, and that's pleasant sound you're hearing. And the tall tales come by with looks of awe on their faces as they loosen their purse strings. So it's sort of a ruse. Nothing sort of about it, my friend. Same with those bubbling potions behind me. People come expecting to see weird things from far-off places, and I give it to them. Simple as that. Interesting angle. Okay, so let's see what this guy has. Hopefully he can identify some of the junk that I have. I might keep this knock spell. I'm going to sell that longsword. And 100 GP, that's okay. Yep, they are Bardic Slivers, +2 to AC. It does give me +1 to perform. That's really cool. My AC just went up. And considering the frequent deaths that I've been having, I definitely need that. I don't believe we can actually use something in this game unless it is first identified. Studded leather armor, 3 + 4. That's the same as I have here, but it weighs considerably less, so I'm just going to sell... Well, I'll check that in a minute. Let's see what these gloves of the tiger... There's tons of monk stuff here, and there's tons of monk stuff in the game, so you're going to have all kinds of cool stuff if you want to go the route of being a monk. I'm going to sell a short sword. Balance minion control. Oh, I think this is something that just was added in the community expansion pack. I don't think it's that important. Sell this dagger. This gem of some sort. Raised dead, I'm definitely going to keep. And I believe because I'm a bard, I can use spell scrolls like this, or at least attempt to. Can I use this? Ooh, I can use a ray of protection. What do we have here? Acidflask. I'm going to buy a bunch of these. And they're sort of the acid counterpart to the fire, the alchemist's fire, these grenade weapons that can be very, very useful for a bard like myself who finds it pretty easy to lose their spells quickly enough and, you know, be left just standing there not really able to do very much. And let's look around here. I think I'm just going to sell this. I don't really need that. Ooh, Wand of Missiles. Sweet. And what do we have over here? Does it have anything else interesting? Rod of Frost. Ray of Frost. That's not too bad. Trap detection. I think you can actually make wands in this game, but I think you need a skill called Craft Magic Item, which I do not possess. Got a bunch of interesting weapons here, but nothing really that I can use. Robes of the Spirit Warrior, have to be a monk. Okay, that's about it. There are a bunch of other stores in this town. There's a Bower and Fletcher if you want to use arrows. There is a blacksmith if you want to go that route, but because I don't really use those items, I'm actually going to ignore those things for right now and just go straight to the Cultany Church, where I know there is a quest. This is where our Aasimar friend, Nelise, originally worked before she went to Braxford, and we are going to get an interesting little quest to do here. Now let us take a look. I like the way this church is designed with the stained glass in the background here. And let's talk to her here. The lady yawns widely. Good day to you, sir. Oh, and Elise, it's good to see you again. I trust you have been keeping busy. I have indeed, sister, although for a while there I was stuck in Braxworth, with little to do. My associate here offered me a chance to be of service that I couldn't pass up. And, it was a mutually beneficial arrangement. That's what I'm going to say. I'm glad to hear it. So, is there anything else I can do to help? Actually, I was about to ask the same thing to you. You seem rather tired, sister. Working too hard lately? Oh, I must apologize. The bishop would be most upset with me for acting so in public. You see, I was in the crypts a few nights ago, and I could swear I heard some of digging sounds, so I've spent a few hours every night since then in there looking for listening for the same sounds. Have you heard them again? Alas, no. I'm beginning to think that maybe I have been hearing things. She yawns again. Well, don't let me prattle on about this. You probably have better things to do. Digging sounds from inside a crypt sounds a little suspicious to me. I'd like to listen if you don't mind. You would? Oh, I suppose it's not too much trouble. I'd like to know I still have my marbles, after all. Yeah, I'd like to look through your crypts. Well, I'm keeping an eye on things, of course. I don't know why that's super chaotic. Well, thank you, sir. Here's the key to the crypt. If you find out anything, let me know. What is your name, by the way? Well, I wouldn't bother going in there in the daytime. I was in there all yesterday and didn't hear so much as a mouse running around. Better checking out when it's dark. Okay, I will do that. I don't know if you actually have to go in there when it's dark. Thankfully, it is nighttime outside, so we don't have to worry about that, but I vaguely remember going in when it was light and the quest just went normally. I don't think they have scripted it to go any differently. I mean, it's better just for story reasons to go and, rest up and so forth. Actually, you know what? I think I do want to go... Oh, you see, I want to go... I'm gonna quick save here. And I am going to go into the crypt anyway, even though I don't have my spells saved up, just in case I need to be in there in the darkness. I mean, I don't think I need to, but I'm going to see how challenging it is. I do have that wand of missiles to use, and I know the enemies here aren't really all that difficult. The crypt appears to be well maintained, although dust still accumulates in the coffins and the floor. And if you go to these coffins, rather amusingly, they just have bodies in them. They don't actually have the kind of stunning treasure that you'd usually expect to find in these games. It's just some corpses. Okay, let's look around here. Now, I need to pass a pretty significant spot check in order to do this correctly, and I don't really have that skill. There's a dust-free area around the neck of the statue where an amulet must have been, but it is now missing. Okay. So I'm going to check out, if you go to here, you can see Detect Mode at F2. So I'm going to activate that, and you move slowly, and you get a higher chance to... Oh, there it is, I actually found it. To discover things. Sometimes I've wandered around here endlessly and not found this door, even though I knew it was there, and I had to find it. I don't know what exactly causes... Uh-oh, we're already in combat. The door, the spot check there to appear, and I think we're going to have to reload because Dante is almost dead. I did not think these goblins would be that much of a problem, but apparently they are. Jeez, come on, Dante. Killed by goblins, that's kind of sad. Let's see if I can heal him before he goes under. You can use potions on other characters here. Oh, no, he died. Darn it. Ugh. Maybe I should go rest up. Just a wee eensy-beensy little bit. Although I do have that Raise Dead scroll, so maybe I could use that instead. Let's see here. Oh, no, Lise is going to be dead soon. Okay, I'm going to reload, and we're going to go rest up first, and then come back in here. I don't know... Ugh, I hope I can find the door again. It would be annoying if I don't actually find it. I didn't think these goblins were going to be all that much trouble, to be honest. I thought they were going to be pretty easy, but Dante went down pretty fast. I think if you give him potions, he will use them automatically in his inventory, so I'm going to try to do that and just hand him one of these potions in case he wants to use it. But let us go rest up in the inn. And I think this is the Bower and Fletcher. And we can also test out, because it's going to be the morning when we're done resting, so we can see if we actually need to be there at night in order for this to happen. Where is that inn? There it is, the Sea Spray Inn. Right here. And there we go. And we might as well use this time to talk to McTavish of the clan McTavish, a little dwarf guy over here, who will give us a quest. I don't think he has. There he is. Let's see. Hello there, what brings you to this rustic setting? Seeing the sights, then stealing the sights, that sort of thing. Is that so? I'm guessing you'd be wandering about quite a bit then. Yeah, you might say that. Well then, I might have a bit of a job for you, if you wouldn't mind hearing me out. Sure. First of all, my name's Clavis McTavish, and I hail from the village of Stoneguard to the east of here. I trade in iron, stone, and some other things that the people have to sell. About a month ago, my brother Doram got into his thick head that he should come out west to look for our ancient homeland. Well, the one in the mountains? Apparently I know about this homeland. Aye, that be the one. My clan lived in these parts until a few decades ago. Rumours abound about how Clan McTavish was forced out of our ancestral home and out into the world, but nothing has been confirmed. No records were kept? It's my understanding that those were frantic times. One of the rumours also says that we were attacked by a great darkness from below. To be honest, that question has plagued many of me kin for years. So my brother finally came to the idea that we should be investigating instead of wandering. So when I told him I had to travel to Coldeny to ply me trade, he came along with me. And he got himself into a whole lot of trouble, I'm guessing. Heh, that's the question I've been pondering for the past few days. I haven't heard anything from him and no one's seen him. I'll keep an eye out for him. Aye, lad, he's a fine warrior, but as you say, these are difficult times. Probably got himself to a world of trouble. As you said, I'm just a merchant. I don't have what it takes to locate him. But if you find him or evidence of his passing, I'd make it worth your time. I'll do that. That's it. Thanks and good luck to you, matey. Oh, mister. I thought he said matey. Good luck to you, Michael. See you again. I sold most of my stock to the King's Army as I swept through a few weeks back. I've only got a couple of items left, I'm afraid. And he's got some axes, some crossbows. Nothing really that we can use here. So we're going to leave him alone and grab it. Room. Like a room. Only got one room left. The Master Suite. It costs 5 gold for a night and no complaining. That's fine. Here's my gold. Okay then, I'll go upstairs, take a left, then head straight. You can't miss it. You pay for any damage yourself, so no roughhousing. Don't tell me at a party, old man. And you can see at the bottom it says moved 1 point towards chaotic, and you can actually change your alignment over time if you do enough chaotic or lawful or good or evil things. You can switch your alignment, although it's very hard to do that, even if you intend to, because it takes so many different attempts to change it. It takes a long time to reach that. Now let's see if I have anything to summon creature protection from you. Okay, now let us rest here, and hopefully, if I get my bardic song going, and I get protection from evil, and I get my dire badger summoned, those goblins will not be as much of a threat. And I really hope that I can find that door as easily as I did last time, because if I end up wandering around looking for that darn door for like 20 minutes, that's gonna be a real problem. As you saw, there are goblins tunneling under the ground, and that's part of the main quest of the Saga of Aielund, as we find out later on that these goblins are attempting to do this. They are up to no good at the behest of some shadowy masters that we have to deal with. Okay, let us go back in here and take a look at what they have here. Those, I think it was just the number of goblins that jumped us all at once. That was probably what led to our untimely demise. Okay, let's head in here. And I hope Dante has a high spot skill so he can see things a lot easier. Let's just take a look here. Detect mode. Okay, and we know that the door is right here, but unfortunately we have to wait for it to be detected for this to actually function. Come on. Don't play me like this game. Don't let me detect it right away at first. And then have me... Actually, let's talk to Nalise here, and we can do this because she's a cleric. I want to catch a group of buffing spells, all the spells you have on all party members. There we go. I don't know if these will clash in any way with the bardic song that I'm going to play, or if they're just repetitious. I hope not. And this is an unfortunate part of this game, because, you know, in any other game you could just click on walls and it might be a little bit annoying, but ultimately you would, I mean, you just find it right away. You wouldn't have to stand here knowing that there's a secret trapdoor right below us and just sort of wait for, you know, random die rolls that are basically happening outside of our knowledge or understanding to show us what is happening. And we can get some bolts here, but that's really about it. Oh no, we can get a... Ooh. Oh no, we can go towards chaotic by stealing the stuff here. Well, that's okay, as long as it's not evil. Whatever. I mean, they're dead. They don't need this stuff anymore. And we don't need bullet stones there for a sling. Come on. There we go. We found it. Thank goodness. Alright, now let's get our Dire Badger. Let's cast Protection from Evil. And, of course, let us play our bardic music. So we can get that going. And let's head down here and fight some goblins. Some nasty, nasty goblins. Come on. Do I need to click again? I need to click again. Okay. There we go. Okay. Get him. Everybody get him. Everybody fight to your wit's end. Fight. Everybody fight. Dire Badger, go. You're carrying this team, Dire Badger. There we go. That's kind of how I expected it to go the first time. I think these goblins, by the way, carry almost nothing of value. They just have, like, mining gear on them, so, you know, we don't get that much of a reward. I think the boss goblin, who's somewhere down here, might have some good stuff. I think really all we needed to do was getting our buffs appropriately off. That's really all we needed to do. Come on, guys. It can be a little bit annoying when, you know, this is a problem that I mentioned in my critique of Neverwinter Nights. It's that, you know, this type of game is one that's designed for particular roles. You know, it is a role-playing game for various types of characters. And if you are a spellcaster character like I am as a bard, you're not really capable, no matter what you want, you know, no matter how you make your build, of rushing into combat and fighting enemies. You can see I almost died there, because that's just not the kind of character that an arcane spellcaster is. And, you know, the D&D is designed for you to play with like 4, 5, 6 people, and if you're doing this as a single-player game, you're really not going to be able to survive that way, especially when you're taking control of this character. In Neverwinter Nights 2, they fixed this so you could take control of each of the characters in your party individually. So if you had a rogue, even if he wasn't your main character, you could... ooh, she's very badly injured. I need to help her. No. There we go. Where is she? No, Nalise. What did she say? I am at... What the heck did she say? I am at my wit's end with you all. Okay, well, you almost were at your health's end, Nalise. So be careful, please. So if you were a rogue, you could march ahead and take a look for locks and traps, or if you're a warrior, you can be at the front, even if you wasn't the main character, and it worked out so much better. But the fact that they didn't think to do this that's really a serious oversight. The exit of the tunnel has... Oh, the screen is shaking. Has collapsed, probably due to poor workmanship. Okay, ooh, short sword +1, and the goblin's orders. Find a way into Coldany. I don't care how you do it, but we must have inside access by the end of the month. Okay, so we don't actually have to fight the goblin leader. We don't have to fight David Bowie, which is probably a good thing. I mean, he's a great musician. We don't need to do anything to him. So let's go turn in this quest and see what kind of experience we get. And then maybe we'll go back, we'll fast travel back to Braxworth and go turn in that quest to the mayor. Unless I have to give... You know, I don't remember if I have to give the bandit leader's head to the mayor of this town or back to Braxworth. I think it's back in Braxworth. But let us head back there. That was a little dicey here and there at times. We came close to perishing, unfortunately, with those goblins a couple of times, but they were really no match for us. And I think we get a little bit of extra experience or something if we return this necklace. I really like, by the way, when you right-click things in this game and go to the eye examine, you just get this little flavor text, like, this is a statue guardian that has been enchanted to watch over the crypt for as long as it remains. And, you know, you can do this with all the enemies in the game, and that adds to the D&D flavor of the game, I feel, if you do that. This necklace is very ceremonial and seems to have a lot of dust. It's very ornamental and seems to have a lot of dust on it. There we go. So we're going to restore that. Looks like a certain statue is happy to get its amulet back. And we got some experience doing that. That's nice. 300 experience points. I'll take it. And, I mean, obviously, our terribly serious Dire Badger, I think, stole the show there with that combat. I mean, hold on. Let's see just how adorable he is. Where are you? There you are, Dire Badger. Come here. He is so cute. I wish I can get this guy as a familiar. But apparently, I cannot. And got to go back to the church to turn this in. It's kind of weird talking to this church lady because she actually becomes an enemy of ours in a later chapter of this game. And it's just kind of, she seems so sweet and nice here, but she becomes kind of nasty based on a few things. I hope people don't mind if I'm spoiling things that happen later in this. I'll try to keep the spoilers to a minimum, or very vague spoilers. You know, I'm not going to explain why she becomes a villain, or not exactly a villain, but our enemy later on in the game. You also, if you right-click, you get a challenge rating to know how difficult the enemy is, but the challenge rating doesn't always work perfectly because it becomes a little bit difficult to tell later on in the game, because pretty much all of the challenge ratings will say impossible because they have damage resistance and really high AC, but obviously they're not impossible. Challenge rating, or CR, was something in the base in pen and paper RPG too. I discovered the source of the strange noises in the crypt. They were real, I'm glad to hear that, but what was the cause? It seems a band of goblins were trying to dig their way under the well. That sounds like something you should report to Commander Smith about. He's the local garrison commander, yes? Yes, she is. Don't worry, us women aren't trying to take over the place. It's just that the war has taken so many strong menfolk away that we're forced to fill the gaps. Yes, it's a terrible situation. I hope the army returns to you so you can all go back to the kitchen where you belong. Oh, you big evil! Look at that! You big evil! And chaotic as women running the military. That's a laugh. And good is, that's fine by me. I'm going to go with the good option this time. That's refreshing to hear. I wish there were more understanding people like you around. Anyway, I'll let you go. Thanks for helping me out there. Now I can get a good night's sleep. Glad to hear it. I'll get this garrison commander right away. Good, since you helped to save the town from invasion, I think you're due for a little reward, don't you? Well, yeah, of course. I'm sure it was. Here, have yourself 300 gold pieces for your trouble. The church thanks you for your diligence and bravery. Thank you, Celeste Patterson. And Eunice, keep up the good work. You are a credit to the church in this time of difficulty. Thank you, Eminence. I shall continue to do everything in my power to assist Michael in the quest. Be well. So that's pretty neat. I think she also sells some church related stuff, so we can get some raised dead potions here, some healing potions, which I think I do want to buy, a couple medium heal potions, or that strong heal potion, serious wounds. I'll hang on to those. And do you want to buy this short sword? Oh, you do. Good. And there's a bunch of stuff we don't really need here. Holy water, I wish holy water were useful against undead creatures, but it's kinda, I mean, it's only useful against undead creatures, and alchemist fire and Acidflask are useful against all creatures, so, you know, why not just get the Acidflask and alchemist fire? You don't really need the holy water. Unless maybe you can use it to coat your weapon with holy power, possibly? Although I'm not 100% certain that you can do that. But let's go talk to the garrison commander. Let's tell her, not him, what our quest is going like. Is this it? Is this the place? Or is that the place? I think this is the place. Let's tell her about these goblins under the ground here, and there she is. This is a restricted area, citizen. Why are you here? I just killed nearly 24 goblins that were tunneling their way under the well. What? Whereabouts? Give me the details. You explain how Celeste was hearing mining sounds at night in the crypt and the order you found the body of the goblin leader. I'd like to see those if you don't mind. Certainly. Let's see here. I wonder who RB could be. I've been wondering the same thing myself. I'm no expert. It seems that written by a human, not by a goblin, but who would be trying to dig their way into Culdany? Someone who wants to avoid the guards, for one thing. The only forces in the region I can think of doing such a thing are the Steel Tigers, a mercenary company. Why would they want to invade? Good question. More to the point, who would be paying them to invade Culdany? They would not be operating alone. In that respect, someone would be paying them to do the job. So we need to find out who this RB is then. I wonder if it could be Ronald Bartlett. He's a nobleman with a lot of financial backing and the co-owner of the North Shore Trading Company. Maybe I should go and question him. If you can, sure, he's quite elusive. The only place you'd find him is the Culdany Gentlemen's Club, a very exclusive place to the movers and shakers in the area. Let's try to persuade. Nope, I'm not authorized to hire mercenaries, but I'll see what I can do, no promises. Oh well, it was worth a shot. Where is this place? Above the North Shore Trading Company, strangely enough. You won't get in, though. Only 10 people in town are rich and powerful enough to qualify for entry. We'll see about that. Well, don't do anything rash. They can make things very difficult for themselves. If he's connected in this infiltration, I'm going to be the one making things difficult for him. Where is this place? On the eastern side of town. Good, I'll go see if I can talk to him. Well, don't say I didn't warn you. Good luck. The game kind of uses an odd system of good and evil where it sort of adds up your good and evil acts. You know, like in life, you could commit a base, vile murder, but then you could save 20 other people, and then it would sort of cancel it out, which isn't the way morality works, by the way, as far as I know. Let's go talk to this guy here. Must thank you for clearing the highway, friend. You've made it possible for merchants like myself to trade between the towns again. Well, I'd love to stay in chat, but I have to deliver these goods to Braxworth. Can I get a ride? Sure, and I'll only charge you 10 gold. You charged me even though I saved your livelihood? Yep, wouldn't have much of a livelihood if I didn't charge people, would I? You want to ride or not? Sure. Thanks, off we go. Mind the back of old Angus here. Sure does like to fertilize the lawn, if you know what I mean. Oh, thanks. I have to stare at this ox's ass all day as we ride to the next town. So there is a price to pay, but it's only 10 gold. And staring at an unfortunate oxen ass. Okay. Come on. Go into the building. He's being blocked there for some reason. Alright, let's turn in this bandit leader's head and see if we get a level up. I have slain the bandits and have their leader's head right here. Well done, this is a great news indeed. Yes, of course, here you are, small fortune by anyone's standards. Let's try to persuade. You have been compensated more than enough, sir. Continue to perform sterling work such as this and more coin will flow your way. Have any more work? Not at the moment. I'm still, what did he say? I'm still waiting on word from the south about what to do about this barbarian situation before we can act. Any idea we can expect information? Within a few days, I would say. They can't afford to ignore this, you see. Check back with me soon. I'll be available for any action we take. I'll probably do some exploring then. Okay, if you head into the Kalispell Ranges, watch out for poachers. I hear the Rangers are having trouble keeping them under control. Sounds like something I could get involved in. Just head north, then turn off the highway about halfway to Culdany. Have a safe trip. Okay, we did not gain a level from that, but I'm going to end the video here. My name is Michael. Please let me know in the comments what you think of Neverwinter Nights and this playthrough, and if you think this looks like a really good module for Neverwinter Nights, because I think it is an absolutely great one. I may continue this series another time if people show an interest in it. And, yeah, thank you very much. And have a good night. I'm going to leave some videos here, by the way, for you to check out of other reviews of RPGs that I did, so make sure to check those out and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos about classic RPG gaming and movies and television. Thank you.